Here we go. We are live. Liverpool back to Allison. And apologies if I eat in front of you, man. I am so hungry today. I'm doing all this other content stuff and like barely have not had a chance to eat. So apologies if I eat these crackers in front of you. Well, I'm not apologizing for eating in front of you. Just apologies for any noise. Saw it into the box. Saw it across. Robertson tried to cross. It was blocked. Liverpool starting out strong. McAllister shot. Blocked. Toy inverts. Van Dyke. Nice reverse pass. Double slide to. Oh, Liverpool too tricky for their own good. Liverpool coming out the gate, flying at Real Madrid. I'll fix my camera a bit. Like I said, sorry for eating, but I am hungry. Let's get the chat pulled up. Here we go. Cool. Let me pull up your starting lineups here. Give me a second to do that as well. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Here comes Liverpool again. Verts. Verts into the box. Blocked. Camavinga back. Liverpool still attacking. And out for a foul on Ekatike, I guess. Let me tell you who is starting right now. I'm so into it. I'm so excited right now. Man, Real Madrid, Courtois, Carreras, Housen, Militao, Valverde, Vinny Jr., Chouamini, Camavinga, Guler, Mbappe, and Bellingham. Now for Liverpool, Memarashvili, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Soboslai, Gravenberg, McAllister, Salah, Ekitike, Verts. Liverpool are in a 4-3-3. Real Madrid are in a 4-4-2. These are the games that you live for. These are the games that you watch for. I mean, all those names I just listed are big names, right? Like, this is exciting. And yes, I'm a Manchester United fan, but I mean, I'm also a football fan. You got to cover the big stuff, right? And this is a big game. I was torn between this game and the PSG game with Bayern, but I feel like this has a little bit more in it. So, Slot is pacing up and down the sideline at the moment, trying to build some momentum there. Liverpool on the ball. Gravenberg pushing away, getting fouled. That's not Gravenberg. That's Konate. Sorry. That was Konate way up the pitch. Konate was playing like he was a freaking midfielder just now. Real Madrid have it. Courtois goes long out of the goal. Van Dijk wins the header. Ball bouncing around. Housen back to Courtois. Courtois clears, but there's an offsides call. It's a dead ball. This game has started out 100 miles an hour, but it's been all Liverpool. Xabi Alonso, they're showing him on the sidelines there. He's trying to play it cool back in his own home, home ground there. Obviously, I'm pulling for Real Madrid. Sorry, I'm a Manchester United fan, so got to pull for Real Madrid on this one. Wearing an old school shirt, by the way. Old school. This was when Benzema was number 11. So Nice little pass from Carreras up to Vinny Jr. Vinicius, here he comes. Going to Kanate. Cross to the box. No one's there. Cut out, but bad touch. Bellingham's on it. Tries to cut back in the box, but that does not work. Courtois comes out of his box about 20 yards and heads it to Hausen bravely off his line. This is setting up to be an exciting match. Goulet on the ball. Militao. Militao over the Hausen. Real Madrid's center backs are at the bottom of the half circle. Here comes Vinny Jr. down the left-hand side, tracked by Salah, tracked by Connor Bradley. Into the box. Vinny Jr. still working. Connor Bradley comes out on top. Carreras knocks it out. To throw in for Liverpool. Bradley throws it down the line. That's cut out by Howson. Real Madrid have the ball. They did. It's loose. Real Madrid recovered. Valverde goes back to Courtois. Ekitike pressing all the way up the pitch. Courtois goes long. Courtois looking for Vinny Jr. This is fall for Vinny Jr. Vinny has it in the corner against Connor Bradley. Connor Bradley's all over him. That's a foul. Vinny Jr. trying to hype up the crowd. This is exciting. This is very exciting. Let's see who's walking up to take the kick here for Real Madrid. Arda Güler is taking the kick for Real Madrid. The free kick is to Liverpool's right-hand side. So in that position that Connor Bradley will be filling in. Kick in. It was short. Vinny Jr. dumped to the box. Looking for a header. Cleared by, looks like Kanate. Camavinga recovers. Camavinga almost left him short. Mbappe tries a little razzle-dazzle. Mbappe again. Goulet swings it across to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. brings it down with a little behind-the-leg touch. Real Madrid trying to bring out the flair a little bit. Goulet back to Howson. Howson over to Militao. Howson and Militao are just about at the halfway line. Militao over to Valverde. Valverde looking for options. Valverde to Bellingham. Bellingham out to Camavinga. Camavinga tried to go down the line, didn't quite connect. Out of bounds. Liverpool throw in. I feel like Goulet and Camavinga have swapped. Goulet's playing more inside. Camavinga's playing more like a winger at the moment. Militao pings it back at the referee. Then looks annoyed, but you kicked it at the referee, so I don't know why you look annoyed. Um, let's get a poll here in the chat. Who are you supporting? Real Madrid, Liverpool. Let's see who you guys are supporting, and please do like and subscribe if you are new. Liverpool over the bar. Oof. McAllister over the bar. I tell you, Liverpool are pressing Real Madrid. Real Madrid are looking like they're a little out of sorts. I think what it is, it's typical whenever a non-British team, non-English team comes and plays a British team. I'm saying British because, I mean, it really does include the other parts, not just England. But talking about really the Premier League, right? So when a non-Premier League team comes to play Premier League team, they're always, always, always taken aback by like the speed and physicality of the Premier League. But yeah, please do like and subscribe if you're new. This is primarily a Manchester United supporters channel, but I do cover these big matches like this. Nice touch from Salah. Through pass from Salah. Ekatike can't quite get on it. Goulet recovers, goes back to Militao. Militao at the top of the box looking for options. Militao over to Carreras. Pressured by Salah. Bellingham. Bellingham. Carreras. Vinny Jr. out in the left wing. Swarmed by Liverpool players. Vinny Jr. dribbled it out, looks like. Vinny Jr. was shadowed by Connor Bradley, and Vinny Jr. Uh, ran it out. Anfield is rocking right now. Switched over to Ekatike outside the box. One-on-one Militao. Suboslai. McAllister. Sorry, that's not Ekatike. That was Robertson. Sorry. Liverpool working it around. Van Dijk's a bit further ahead than Konate, but Konate is also in the Real Madrid half. Connor Bradley comes back. Liverpool working it around again, just knocking it around, trying to find an opening through this Real Madrid defense right now. Liverpool, Suboslai, Salah, Salah, Salah stuffed by Carreras, stuffed by Carreras. I'm still mad about that one, by the way. If you know, you know. If you're a Manchester United fan, you know I am. It hurts to watch Carreras right now. Salah into the box, cleaned up by Housen. Goulet clears it long. Van Dijk calmly, coolly back to Mamarashvili. Mamarashvili over to Robertson. Robertson goes down line. That's offsides by Ekatike. Go Real Madrid. Yeah, I'm pulling for Real Madrid today. I had to dig this one out of the closet. This was like, oh man, I don't know what year this was. This was, I had to dig deep for this jersey. Man, I don't even know what year it was, but I know that it was like when Ronaldo and Benzema first went to Real Madrid. What was that, 2009? So yeah, yeah. This is an old shirt, which is funny enough because this season, uh, the current shirts kind of are a throwback to this shirt. This is the shirt that the current season Real Madrid shirts are kind of patterned after. If you can see the design here. So hey, Johan, thank you for joining. So yeah, this is a throwback. Shows how old I am, right? When you're wearing the shirt that the current season is throwing back to, you're wearing the original. Oh boy. Oh, nice little touch from Connor Bradley there to get away. Van Dyke. Van Dyke pushes forward. Soboslai, Gravenberg. Liverpool working here at the halfway line. Bradley goes up to Salah. Salah goes back to Bradley, who just stepped beyond or behind the halfway line. Vert's now dropping deep. Soboslai, nice pass through over to Robertson. Soboslai on the ball again. Soboslai back to Robertson. Soboslai, they're working back and forth over there on that left-hand side. Now back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke with the lime green shoes. Pass over to Salah. Salah can't quite bring it down. Goes out for a throw-in for Real Madrid. Van Dyke's shoes match that lime green armband, in case you're wondering, in case you can't see. Militao over to Camavinga. Camavinga, big switch back over to Carreras. Carreras brings it down. Carreras over to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. 1-on-1 with Bradley, but he goes inside to Mbappe. Mbappe bursts of speed, going towards the box, back to Vinny Jr. Edge of the box. Real Madrid searching. Mbappe, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Carreras, Vinny Jr. Again outside the box. Vinny Jr. trying to get past Conor Bradley but can't. Turn back to Carreras. Carreras recycles to Guler. Guler to Tchouaméni in the center of the park. Bellingham, Tchouaméni, quick 1-2. Back to Guler. Guler over to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. tries a little Travella pass into the box. That's blocked, but he recovers the ball. Back to Guler. Inside to Bellingham. Bellingham over Militao. Militao up. Almost a shot. Well, a shot blocked from Militao. Giveaway for Real Madrid. Ekitike. Big shot. Ekitike blocked. Big tackle in midfield. Real Madrid come away with it. Bellingham. Bellingham pushing forward. Bellingham. Mbappe. Mbappe. Vinny Jr. End to end right now. Vinny Jr. Bellingham. Mbappe over the bar. Woo! Man, oh man. I was running out of breath just now. It's like I had to train for this match, man, just to try and call it. You know, first 17, 18 minutes observations. Liverpool have a bit more of a system, it feels like, than Real Madrid at the moment. Um, Real Madrid look like they're kind of playing a bit on vibes and individual skill, whereas Liverpool seem to have a bit more of a, okay, this is our game plan. This is going to how we're playing, and they look a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more organized in their attack, which is why I think their attack has been a bit more successful, although neither team has scored. Vinny Jr. out wide to Carreras. Vinny Jr. overlapping, back on the ball. Tchouaméni now on the ball. Tchouaméni looking for options. Militao and Housen are both at the top of the center circle in the Liverpool half. So Real Madrid are pushed way up, which is dangerous. Vinny tried a slick little pass through to Bellingham, didn't quite come off. Salah has it. Salah, Carreras, and Bellingham fighting for the ball. Bellingham emerges with it. Bellingham still on the ball. Passes through the center circle over to Camavinga. Camavinga back to Bellingham. Bellingham back to Camavinga. Nice passing. Real Madrid searching, probing. Bellingham. Valverde. Valverde over to Housen. Housen on the left side of the circle. Housen inside to Guler. Guler turns. Guler over to Camavinga. Almost overhits it, but Camavinga keeps it in. Bellingham back to Valverde. Again, you can see Housen and Militao creeping up almost, well, now they're at the halfway line, but they're creeping up to the top of the circle. Out wide to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. inside to Mbappe, who one times it back to Housen, who is now practically a midfielder. Real Madrid trying to find some kind of angle down this left-hand side here. Housen on it. Housen skips Militao over to Valverde. Valverde over to Camavinga. Camavinga comes inside. Bellingham back to Valverde. Tchouaméni. Housen. Housen back to the left-hand side to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. inside to Carreras. Mbappe out here on the wing in the corner. Mbappe's lightning quick. Gives it right away to Szoboszlai, though. Terrible giveaway. Szoboszlai. His pass is blocked by Bellingham, and the ball falls kindly to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Guler, Valverde. Passes are going 100 miles an hour at the moment. Camavinga. But see, this is the thing though, is that again, you can look at Real Madrid's attack and you can tell it's kind of like based off of vibes at the moment, right? Like it doesn't really look very organized. It looks like they're trying to find a moment of magic. Whereas Liverpool, they are they look very organized. But at the moment, the 20 minutes in for Diogo Jota. Um, at the moment, Liverpool is struggling to get out of their half. Van Dijk with a foul on Kylian Mbappe. So a free kick here. Arda Guler has a ball under his arm. A free kick in a, I wouldn't say dangerous area, but it's Real Madrid, so any area is dangerous, I'm sure. Arda Guler stands over it. Real Madrid and Liverpool players lined up in the box. Kick is up, over everyone's head, out of bounds. Liverpool goal kick. Got 5 votes so far for who are you supporting? 60% Real Madrid, 40% Liverpool. Sorry, my phone was ringing there. Had to put it on silent. That's a foul there, yeah. This is a free kick, Szoboszlai standing over it for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the bench. They keep showing him on the camera, of course. Ball in, far post. Kanate couldn't quite connect. Oh, the timer stopped. Let's get that back accurate. Sorry, my timer is a little bit off, so I'm going to start it again. Right now, the game I'm watching is at 24:36. So we'll get that lined up here shortly. There we go. Real Madrid giveaway in a dangerous spot. The referee kind of ran in the way of a Liverpool player who was going to challenge for the ball in a dangerous area, so that's going to be controversial. Here comes Mbappe out to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. cutting into the box. Vinny Jr. still trying to find a way through. Overlap from Carreras. Carreras down the line. Cut back. Foul. Is that a penalty kick? I don't know. Is that a shout? Is that a shout? Who knows? Mbappe outside the box. Vinny Jr. outside the box still. Into the box now. Edge of the box. Back to Carreras. Carreras to Goulet. Goulet back to Carreras. And Real Madrid set up camp outside of Liverpool's box, trying to find a way through. Housen over to Militao. Housen and Militao are basically in the midfield. Like they are beyond, well, they were beyond that center circle momentarily there. Goulet over to Carreras. Carreras up to Vinny Jr. Carreras makes the underlapping run but does not get the ball. Goulet on the ball at the moment. Goulet to Tchouameni. Tchouameni turns and looks. Militao. Crowd yelling, shoot. Shot. Tchouameni. Wide. The one thing with Real Madrid, right, is so they don't look as organized, as I keep saying, as Liverpool, but they're very free flowing. I mean, you've got center backs popping up almost darn near at the front attacking line. You've got Tchouameni who's popping up everywhere, Goulet popping up everywhere. So Real Madrid are a lot more fluid. Breakaway. Verts into the box. Oh, big save from Courtois on Soboslai. Big save. Big save. Huge. Wow. Wow. I thought that was surely a Liverpool goal. Wow. Verts had a breakaway down the right-hand side. Passed it across the box. Soboslai tried to pick a spot, but Courtois was off his line fast and makes himself as big as he can. And he's like, 6'6", 6'7" anyway. So he came out flying and wow, off his leg. Wow. That's why Courtois is probably the best goalie in the world. I mean, that save, you'll probably, if you're not watching the game now, you'll see it on highlights later. Major save. Free kick to Liverpool, though. Ball into the box. Over the bar. Real Madrid, goal kick. Again, Liverpool looked the more dangerous side at the moment. Courtois goes along with the goal kick. That's won by Van Dijk. Kept in by Verts. That is a Liverpool throw-in. Robertson to take. Just shy of the halfway line. They go all the way back to Van Dijk, who goes over to Mamarashvili, who goes to Connor Bradley. Connor Bradley goes along up the pitch looking for Ekitike. Ekitike, Courtois, battle of the giants. Courtois wins that. Bradley, another pass, Ekitike. Real Madrid leaving a lot of space. Salah into the box. Soboslai. Ooh, I thought the referee called a penalty kick for a minute. I was holding my breath. It's a free kick on the edge of the box for Liverpool. A bit harsh because Soboslai smashed it. You know, he can hit it. That's a harsh call. Again, if you can't see the game, Vinny Jr. was running out to block Soboslai's shot, and Vinny Jr.'s turned like this, and this hand here, he's turned like this, is struck by the ball as he's turning. So a little bit harsh, right? It's close to his body, but referee's giving it, so on we go. Van Dijk and Valverde both speaking to the referee. Potential penalty check. So it is a potential penalty check. Again, Soboslai took the shot outside of the box. Vinny Jr. goes to challenge, throws his body in the front, turns like this. The ball hits this hand here. This hand with my ring on it hits this hand, and the referee called a uh, free kick outside the box, but now it's a potential penalty check to see if potentially Vinny Jr. was in the box. So it could be an advantage for Liverpool. Let's see. I'm watching the replay now. I think it's going to be a penalty because, as I keep explaining, wait, no, that's Chouamini. Was that Chouamini? I'm sorry, Chouamini. I kept saying Vinny Jr. I got Vinny Jr. in the brain. Chouamini turned and was like this. It hit his hand. Now, this is how close it was. Chouamini's legs are outside the box. His upper body is in the box, and his hand was here. It was here when the ball hit it. That's how close it was. So from the replay, if the referee's sticking with the call, it probably should be a penalty. Referee's being called over to the screen now, over to the monitor. So his initial call was outside the box, free kick. VAR has called him over to the monitor to check. We're watching right now to see if it's going to be a penalty or not for Liverpool. Because the arm that it struck for Chouamini was inside the box. VAR, not handball. Drop ball, I think is what he called. No penalty. I think he's called a drop ball there. It would be harsh. That would have been a harsh call. That would have been a very harsh call. Because again, Chouamini's hand was like here. It wasn't out here. It wasn't out here. It was like here. So it's a drop ball. Yes, drop ball. I think that's the right call from the referee. Courtois grabs it. On we go. I think that's a fair call. Because that's really harsh. Tell me what you think, though. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. I can't believe we're already in the 34th minute. This first half has flown by. Still time to play, though. Foul on Chouamini by Soboslai. They're just showing the replay again for that no handball or no handball decision. Militao. Okay. Still waiting to restart play. All right. House is standing over it. Okay. On we go. Here we go. Chouamini over to Militao. Liverpool fans trying to get behind the squad, chanting Liverpool. It's like nails on the chalkboard. Courtois on the ball. Courtois over to Howson inside the box. Howson plays it back across to Militao. Bellingham taken off of it. Dangerous spot. Gravenberch. Bradley overlapping run. Cross to the box. Cut out by Chouamini. Real Madrid cannot get it clear. Soboslai. Robertson. Soboslai again. Real Madrid. Everyone behind the ball. McAllister. Liverpool playing quick, intricate passing. Ekitike. Robinson battling Camavinga. Good work from Camavinga. Goulet. Goulet tried to bicycle the ball out of the corner, did not come off as planned. Took an awkward fall. Kanate heads the ball over to Soboslai, who's tracked back across the halfway line to recover the ball. This is a breathless first half. If you are new to football and you ever hear an announcer say or a player say this is a breathless first half, this is a breathless first half. Like, I've not shut up the whole time. There has not been a lull in the game. So it's like, shot. Oof. Courtois is on top of it, though. Oof. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm going to say this right now. If you're not able to watch the match live, even though you're watching with me and I appreciate it, go back and watch this match because this first half has been absolutely just all out, 100 miles an hour. Kanate standing on the ball, looking for an option. Goes inside the vert. He goes to Soboslai. He goes to Gravenberg. Who goes back to Kanate. Quick little succession of passes there. Ekatike's turning, spinning, and that rolls through to Courtois. I'm just looking at some stats here. By the way, Bayern Munich are up 2-0 over PSG. Real Madrid into the box. Ooh, is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? No? Okay. That might get looked at. That might get looked at. That might have been a penalty for Real Madrid. Soboslai. Soboslai comes across the halfway line. McAllister out to Bradley. Bradley up to Salah, who is now at the outside, the edge of Real Madrid's box. Again, Salah is stuffed by Carreras. Carreras has done that twice now to Salah. Is Father Time catching up with Mohamed Salah? Kanate fouls Mbappe. Tchouameni to restart the ball, restart the play to Militao, who's at the top of his Real Madrid box, over to Valverde. Valverde pushes forward, gives it up to Camavinga. Camavinga looking for options. Tchouameni, quick little flick from Bellingham. Here comes Tchouameni across the halfway line, rides a challenge. Mbappe, here comes Mbappe over to Vinny Jr. inside the box. Vinny Jr. cuts up Connor Bradley but slips. He tries to call a foul. Vinny Jr. He's saying Connor Bradley slapped him in the face in the box. Hmm. It was an inadvertent hand in the face to Vinny Jr. from Connor Bradley. Here comes Real Madrid. Vinny Jr. again against Kanate. Ball in. Van Dijk cuts it out. Bradley chests it down. Bradley goes long across the pitch, looking for Verts. Overhit, out of bounds for a throw-in for Real Madrid, who quickly restarts to Courtois, who comes out of his box to get it. Up to Housen, who's standing at the top of the half circle, top of the box. Camavinga. Tchouameni. Camavinga. Tchouameni. Bellingham back to Militao. Militao over to Housen. Liverpool pressing. Housen, good pass to Camavinga. Camavinga plays a nice pass to a streaking Goulet who was wide open, who should have probably hit it off a volley, which would have been difficult. Probably was a better option than trying to find Mbappe on that one. That is a challenge from behind from Bellingham on Wirtz. Wirtz is down, rolling, eyes covered, grabbing his left leg. That wasn't the worst challenge. I mean, it wasn't great, but Wirtz is limping, so I guess he did get caught a little bit. It didn't look. It looked not that bad, but I guess he got caught. Free kick to Liverpool at the top of the circle from their point of view, the center circle. Andy Robertson standing over it. Goes short, Connor Bradley. It's like he didn't expect it. Soboslai back to Bradley. Back to Robertson. Liverpool go back to Mamashvili. He goes long. Drops for Soboslai. Soboslai still. Long shot. Ooh, he smashed that. Soboslai smashed that shot. That was a great save from Courtois. We're seeing the best of the best in Courtois right now. Corner kick to Liverpool. 43rd minute, coming to a close here. Liverpool plotting. Robertson and Van Dijk talking like this, whispering something secret. I'm sure it's not I love you. Liverpool corner coming in. Repelled by Real Madrid. Dumped back into the box. Most of Real Madrid, or most of Liverpool were offsides. Ball almost fell to Mbappe. Tussle in the midfield. Bellingham goes down holding a leg. They're showing that Courtois save again. I mean, that ball, that strike from Soboslai was on the tightrope. Out to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. brings it under his spell. 1-1 against Bradley. But Bellingham into the box. Save by Marmashvili. Great save. Point blank save. Vinny Jr. recovers. Vinny Jr. working Bradley into the box. First time by Goulet on frame. Good shot, but Marmashvili is equal to the task. We are seeing top level football from both of these sides. Wow. 44th minute, 45th minute coming to a close. Haven't had a whole lot of stoppages, so I wouldn't imagine more than what, 2 minutes stoppage time. Valverde, Militao, Militao to Housen. Real Madrid are back in their own half for the most part. Venturing now across the halfway line through Bellingham. Bellingham out to Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. back inside to Chouamini. Chouamini tries to play a penetrating pass, but that's cut out by Liverpool. Soboslai tried to find Wirtz, but it couldn't quite find him. Ball's bouncing around and pinging. I can't even call it at the moment. Out of bounds for a throw in. Liverpool throw in. Ekatike. Ekatike. Big tackle. That's a yellow card. Yeah, that's a yellow card. Howson came in flying on Ekatike. Ekatike picks himself up off the ground. Soboslai stands over the free kick that was given away by Dean Howson, who received a yellow card for that challenge. Here comes Verts. McAllister. Shot. Again, Courtois putting on a goalkeeping clinic. Robinson's cross deflected away by Howson. Like I said, 2 minutes of stoppage time. It's almost up. Gravenberg, that is halftime. Oof. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is halftime. We can all take a breath. I feel like I just rambled on for 45 minutes straight. That half did not stop. That half did not stop. That's one of the most entertaining, exciting first halves of football I've ever seen. Honestly, like no exaggeration. End to end, um, all kinds of stuff going on. Uh, Potential penalty shouts here and there on both ends. Some big tackles, some great passing, some great saves from both keepers. Um, I mean, just a heck of a half, a heck of a half. So if you were only able to, again, follow along with me, you're not able to watch it, I encourage you to go back and find the replay to watch it because that was a heck of a first half. Um, Still catching my breath on that one. Let me read through some halftime stats for the match here, and I'll let you know what's going on in the other matches. So, 7 shots to 5 in favor of Liverpool, 4 shots on target to 2 in favor of Liverpool, 54% possession in favor of Real Madrid. Excuse me. 94% pass accuracy with Real Madrid. That's insane. 88% Liverpool. That's still pretty darn good. One corner to Liverpool, none for Real Madrid. Real Madrid have 2 yellow cards. So a fairly even game on paper because Liverpool started out really just attacking. And I thought, wow, this might turn out to be just like an absolute, I don't know, route from Liverpool, the way they were attacking and the way Real Madrid were looking a little bit out of sorts. But Real Madrid grew into the half. They started finding each other. They started finding their vibe. And it's just, it's been end to end, end to end. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. Just end to end. I mean, if you aren't watching it, I'm sorry. Um, but it's been amazing. Let me quickly tell you what's happening around the Champions League. So Atletico Madrid are beating Union Saint Gilloise 1-0. Obviously, in this game, we are tied 0-0. Bayern Munich are beating PSG 2-0. That Champions League win is starting to look like maybe a fluke. I don't know. I don't know. Spurs are beating Copenhagen 1-0. Olympiacos beating PSV 1-0. Juventus and Sporting are tied 1-1. Monaco beating Bodo Glimt 1-0. And those are your current scores. Earlier today, Arsenal beat Slavia Prague 3-0. And Napoli and Eintracht Frankfurt ended up scoreless. So those are your Champions League goals and scores at the moment. Now, In terms of the standings, the live Champions League table, Bayern Munich are first, Arsenal are second, Real Madrid third, Inter, PSG, Spurs, Dortmund, Liverpool, City, Sporting, Newcastle, Barcelona, Chelsea, Karabakh, Atletico, Galatasaray, Monaco, PSV, Atalanta, Eintracht Frankfurt, Napoli, Olympiacos, Marseille, Juventus. That's your top 24. Starting at 25 is Club Brugge, Athletic Club, Bilbao, Union St. Gilloise, Bodo Glimt, Paphos, Leverkusen. That's 30. 31st is Slavia Prague. 32nd, Villarreal, followed by Copenhagen, Kairat, Benfica, and Ajax sit dead last in 36th place. As you know, um, the the top. Let me see, what is it? The top nine, I think, go through. Yeah, look, it's Gareth Bell. Anyway, sorry, Gareth Bell is here on my stream. I think it's the top nine that go through automatically, and then the next 18 go into a playoff to face those top nine, and the bottom nine are dropped out. They're just showing the highlights right now, but let me know what you guys think of that first half. Get in the comments, let me know. Um, I mean, end to end, not a bad thing to say about the match. I mean, if you're complaining about that first half in any way, maybe you're not a football fan because I mean, it's just had everything. Like you're just seeing top level football. Soboslai's been running the show for Liverpool, and I would say Goulart's probably been doing the same for Real Madrid. If I had to pick one, although Real Madrid, I feel like the ball's moved around a bit more between players. So you got Bellingham getting on the act. I feel like if I were to comment on the strategies and how both teams are coming across at the moment, Real Madrid, again, a bit more vibey, a bit more fluid. You've got players popping up here, there, everywhere. Very interchangeable, very much like old school Dutch total football. Whereas you've got Liverpool, who seem a lot more, um, they seem a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more organized positionally, like they've got really serious concrete instructions. Um, so it's kind of like, yeah, kind of like vibes versus like, very militaristic in Liverpool. Like, okay, you go here, you go here, you go here, you swing it there, you hit that direct through ball there, kind of thing. Hmm. Dembele, sorry, they're showing highlights from the PSG Bayern match. Dembele has come off in like the 25th minute. Uh, oh, Luis Diaz has a red card? Oh, geez. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, very quickly for the Bayern Munich match, Luis Diaz scored a goal in the 4th minute, the 32nd minute, and then got sent off in the 40, or I would say 52nd minute because it's 45 plus 7 stoppage time. So Luis Diaz from hero to villain. Um, so now, um, so now Bayern Munich have to face PSG with 10 men for the second half. So that is going to be tough for Bayern Munich. That's going to be tough against PSG. But Dembele's off. Dembele, I don't know. He went straight down the tunnel, so I don't know if he's hurt or what the deal is there. But interesting stuff happening across the Champions League at the moment. I'm going to have another cracker. I forgot to stop my timer. Whoops. I always do that. Let me put it back at halftime. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments there. Which way is this game gonna go? Which way? I mean, first it was Liverpool, then Real Madrid had a spell. Then they both were going back and forth. It was end to end. I just hope I just hope the second half it isn't something where both teams get really cagey and suddenly it's like the exact opposite of the first half and it's just really boring and slow because they're both afraid to make a mistake, right? And capitulate to the other team. So I hope it doesn't become that. I hope they come out and they continue as they left off in that first half and we get a good game and Real Madrid win, of course. I'm just checking other stats. So yeah, please feel free to get in the chat while I check these other stats. But again, yeah, that Bayern Munich PSG game took a twist with that red card to Luis Diaz after he scored those two goals to put Bayern ahead. So what do you think is going to happen there? Do you see a PSG comeback? I don't know. In this game, Real Madrid Liverpool, who do you see breaking the deadlock, if anybody? Still have time, so waiting for the second half to start. But again, it was so breathless. I'm like, I'm still catching my breath on that one. We've got 12 votes, by the way. Who are you supporting? 75% Real Madrid, 25% Liverpool. Let me let me share this too. So in case any other friends want to join us, I forgot to put it. So in case any other friends want to join us, I forgot to put it. Oops. Had my phone on sound. I was like, who's that talking? Like, oh wait, that's me. That's what I sound like? No. Um, let's put this out there on X or Twitter in case other folks want to join us in here, hanging out. For any Manchester United fans, some interesting news. Apparently, Ruben Amram and Diogo Dallo are related through some distant relative. So that's interesting. But what's some cool news and awesome news, and probably well deserved, is it is now Sir David Beckham, not just David Beckham. He's now Sir David Beckham. Are we going to call him Sir David? We're going to call him SDB. What are we going to call him? All right. So yeah, he has been knighted by the king. So he is now Sir David Beckham. Again, I think well deserved for all he's done for the sport and outside of the sport as well. And since this is a United channel and we are creeping closer to the January transfer window, excuse me, and there's been talk of one Endrick being signed on loan, which already Ruben Amorim said, I want players for now and the future, not loans, basically. So I think that was him trying to say, I don't want any loan deals, if you're reading between the lines of what he's saying. But the talk about Endrick does not go away. Now, my first thought is nope. uh, I think Endrick has a lot of potential, but my thought is nope. I don't think he needs to come to Manchester United. Um, he's on the bench. He's on the bench, so maybe we'll see him. He's number 9. I forgot. I didn't know he's number 9. I thought it was a different number. Number 9. That's a pretty big shirt to wear at that age. But no, I don't think we need Endrick at the club. Um, I don't think there are enough games to really rotate someone like him in. I mean, look at Xerxes and Manu barely getting minutes, right? And they're more established at the club. I don't see Endrick coming in and getting minutes suddenly out of nowhere. Um, I don't think he quite has the physicality for the Premier League either. But I hope he finds a club because I think he is a good player. I think he is. I've seen him play when he does get minutes, and I saw the highlights and things, and before he came over to Europe. So I think he's definitely got potential, but I don't think um, I don't think Manchester United is the place for him to come. Second half about to start. Real Madrid and Liverpool back on the pitch. I'm just waiting to hit the timer so we can go ahead and get started. Referee's about to blow the whistle. And not yet, not yet. Here we go. Here we go. There's a little fake start there from Gouler, I think. It fooled me too. So Real Madrid on the ball. Militao goes back to Courtois. Courtois being chased by Soboslai. Ekitike trying to harry Housen there. Housen tries to go long, doesn't go far enough. That is a Liverpool throw. Liverpool still looking for a throw. They're about 20 yards up past the halfway line. Here comes Vinny Jr. streaking down. Yep. Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm not gonna say it yet. I'm not gonna say what I think yet in terms of where this is gonna go. McAllister, Ekitike, Gravenberg, Salah. Salah goes far post. Oh, it almost fell to Verts. He wasn't quite looking for it. And Robertson doesn't quite get on the end of it. I think it was flicked off a Real Madrid player. Oh, no. Okay. So Robertson intentionally let it go because it was flicked off a Real Madrid player. Um, okay. So Vinny Jr. is guarding Virgil van Dijk defensively, and they're both laughing because Vinny Jr. is at Virgil van Dijk's chest. So this is pretty hilarious. They're both laughing because they know. Oh, and Van Dyke had the header right at Courtois, who punched it over the bar. Courtois is showing why he is the best goalkeeper in the world, hands down, at the moment. I don't know how he got his hands up that fast. That was a point blank header from Van Dyke in like the 6 yard area. Yeah, he's like a foot and a half away from Courtois, and Courtois gets his hands up and pushes it over the bar. Best goalkeeper in the world at the moment, hands down. Wow, 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 wow. It's a corner kick for Liverpool. Ball in. Ekatike again, another freaking save from Courtois. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Another. I mean, I think it was going over, but it was close to the bar. So Courtois again. Ekatike again with a header. This time it goes wide for a goal kick for Real Madrid. But Courtois, my gosh. I have to applaud that. I mean, my word. Everyone's laughing, even Slot's laughing because they're just like, Courtois, this is too good. Like, oh my word. Oh my word. I tell you what, if you've got a friend who's on the fence about watching football, just show them this match and be like, this is why you should watch. It's games like this that are just, you see some of the best on display. And wow, here comes Salah. Salah still poked away. Ball is pinging around in the midfield. No one can get a foot on it. Still pinging. All right, Real Madrid have it now. Here comes Mbappe. Mbappe tries to find Bellingham, but that's cut up by Gravenberg. Soboslai takes a sloppy touch, gives it away back to Real Madrid. Vinny Jr. turns Mbappe. Mbappe out to Vinny. No, to Chouamini. No, Bradley just easily dribbles past Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. is not a defender. I mean, we all knew that, but Connor Bradley just walked past him just now. Van Dyke, Robertson, Verts in a foot race with Militao. Big tackle from Militao. Out of bounds. Robertson, quick throw. Verts through the legs of Camavinga. Ekatike, nope. Okay, out of bounds. Throw in again for Liverpool. Liverpool applying the pressure. They are down around Real Madrid's box. Throw from Robertson to McAllister. Van Dyke rolls it into Gravenberg. Gravenberg goes down way too easily, but the referee falls for it and calls the foul on Jude Bellingham. I am surprised by that because Gravenberg fell over faster and some more softly than a leaf in the wind. That was pretty weak. I'm not gonna lie. Ekatike and McAllister in the Liverpool wall. That's the second wall, as they would call it. Soboslai standing over the free kick. Soboslai strikes it right at Courtois, who punches it away theatrically. Real Madrid trying to clear. Kanate flips his lines, pops it over to Mbappe. Mbappe is on his run, on his way, but he's pulled back by McAllister. McAllister gets the yellow for the professional foul because if he let Mbappe go, it was lights out at that point. Mbappe was, you saw those, the dust kicking up and those feet turning. Mbappe was gone. To McAllister, it's just like, yeah, no, 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 no. So we play on Mbappe on the right hand side. Valverde goes over to Militao or Housen. Housen over to Carreras. Carreras to Vinny Jr. Bellingham. Housen, nice. Ooh, that almost came off. I was about to say nice pass, but it didn't quite come off. He was looking for Goulet. That funnels through to Robertson, who played it back to Marmashvili. Losing my sock there. The game is so intense. My socks are coming off. I'm just sitting here. Let's see what's happening with that other match with PSG and Barcelona, because, you know, as I said, that took a turn. Still 2-0. Kanate on the ball, about 12 yards out from the top of his box. Into McAllister. McAllister over to Connor Bradley, who pushes forward. Salah. Salah back inside. Gravenberg. Is that a foul? That's a foul. It's a foul on Liverpool by Chouamini. Specifically, Soboslai of Liverpool. Smart play from Soboslai. Smart play. Soboslai standing over the free kick. Courtois lining up his line, barking, yelling. Soboslai gritting, ready to take the free kick. Is he going to strike it on goal again, or is he going to dump it into his teammates? Here we go. Ball's up. Far post. Bellingham clears. Here comes Vinny Jr. Goulet. Vinny. Carreras. Militao. Militao to Mbappe, who's come to the right hand side. Mbappe out to Valverde. Valverde back to Bellingham. Militao and Housen are above the center circle. They are way up there. Press really high. Valverde on the right hand side. Valverde looking for options. Goes inside to Camavinga. Camavinga swings it. Bad pass. Intercepted by Salah. Gravenberg. He trots forward with the ball into the center circle. Puts a foot on it. Goes out to Connor Bradley. Who's out to Soboslai, who's on the right hand side now. Bradley with the overlap. Soboslai does not take that option. He goes inside to Wirtz. Wirtz over to McAllister. Over to Robertson. Back to McAllister. Wirtz. Ekitike is dropped deep. McAllister. Wirtz. Ekitike. Ekitike trying to push forward, trying to get through. Real Madrid close him and crowd him off the ball. Goulet has the ball. Camavinga. Valverde clears it long up to Mbappe. Mbappe was trying to do a layoff, but he could not pull it off, but he's fouled by Van Dijk. So it was a bad layoff or a bad touch from Mbappe. I couldn't quite tell what he was trying to do, but he got a hand to the face from Van Dijk and went down, and therefore won the free kick. I think he was fortunate to do so. Howson on the ball, pushing across the halfway line, penetrating pass out to Vinny Jr. Chouamini, Camavinga. Camavinga loose touch. Camavinga's been the weak link for Real Madrid today. I think Camavinga's gonna be first to come off. Here comes Verts. Couldn't quite find Ekitike on that one. Bellingham with the flick. Chouamini with the acrobatic clearance out to Vinicius Jr. Bellingham trying to get around Kanate, but can't. Kanate plays it out smartly for a throw in for Real Madrid. But yeah, Camavinga's getting hooked first. I'll tell you that right now. Camavinga's been the weak link. Hook first been the weak link. Trying to put out this tweet here. Been the week. Yeah, Carreras almost did it himself just now against Liverpool, but the shot wasn't quite there. It's a goal kick now for Liverpool. Van Dijk goes along with the kick. Howson wins the header. Liverpool win the second ball. Gravenberg, Ekitike, little 1-2 there. Ekitike is breaking away. Ekitike out to Salah. Ball in. Acrobatic clearance from Militao. Camavinga on it. Howson now. Howson chips it up, looking for an exit, but cannot find it. Throw into Liverpool. Gravenberg on the ball now. Gravenberg walking through and fouled by Bellingham, who now draws the yellow card. This is in another dangerous position just outside the box for Liverpool. If you ask me who's more likely to score at the moment based off of the old eye test, I would say Liverpool. Szoboszlai again standing over the free kick. The free kick is to Courtois' left-hand side at the corner of the box. Ball's in. Wow, thundering header, McAllister. McAllister, 1-0 Liverpool. Thundering header. That was a great ball in from Szoboszlai. And a heck of a goal, a heck of a goal. 1-0. And what did I just say? What did I just say? Get your betting tips right here. I said, who's more likely to score? Liverpool, and boom, right on cue. What can I say? What can I say? I've got a crystal ball here, you know. 1-0 Liverpool. Szoboszlai free kick. McAllister's head. Yeah, I mean, that was a smashing header. He heads it, honestly, right at Courtois' head. And Courtois kind of does this because it's coming at him so fast and so directly. I think it's being checked, though. I think it is being checked. VAR checking for McAllister's goal to see if it's onsides or offsides. I think Bellingham kept him on sides. Yeah, that's a goal. The goal stands 1-0 Liverpool. Alexis McAllister. Courtois on the ball. Courtois back to Militao. Militao coming forward. Militao doing it himself. Draws a foul. So this is what I was going to say earlier, prior to when I predicted the Liverpool goal, is that Real Madrid, just like any other team that comes to play a Premier League team, they're struggling with the pace of Liverpool. Yes, Mbappe's fast. Vinny Jr. is fast, but he's not. But he's not like if you put Vinny Jr. in Premier League, he wouldn't be considered fast. If you ask me, I think he's about average pace for a Premier League player, maybe a little bit faster. If I'm being honest, Mbappe is just fast, no matter where you put him. But you've got other players who are closer to Mbappe's speed and a closer to, relatively speaking. So, you know, I think Madrid are just facing the same struggles as any other team that comes to play face a Premier League team. They just can't handle the speed and physicality of these teams, these Premier League teams. They're showing the lines now that they drew for the goal for McAllister. It was this much space, a shoulder's length of space. That's what kept McAllister on, a shoulder's length. We're just waiting for. I think Verts got elbowed in the face by Mbappe, so waiting for Verts to get up off the ground. Trent Alexander is still sitting there on the bench, probably hoping to get on the pitch, but also probably nervous to get on the pitch because he doesn't know what kind of reception he's going to get. Excuse me. Militao. Militao skips Valverde to Mbappe, who flicks it on to Camavinga, who pulls it back to Valverde. Valverde back to Camavinga. Camavinga trying to find a way through. Mbappe ball in, far post, headed out by Kanate. Mohamed Salah tries to bring it under his spell, can't quite do that. Now he does actually. Mistouch from Housen. Salah. Salah inside the Gravenberg. McAllister. Verts, McAllister, Van Dijk over to Robertson, back to Van Dijk. Liverpool going back to Marmashvili inside his box at the penalty spot. Over to Kanate now, who's outside the box. Kanate goes down line. Not down line, apologies. My angle looked like down line, but it was actually inside. I'm looking for Ekitike. Ekitike's fouled just shy of the halfway line. Free kick to Liverpool. Bayern Munich PSG still 2-0. Valverde gets there ahead of Ekitike and kicks it over to Courtois. Courtois waving everyone forward, goes long. looking for Vinny Jr., who's not going to win that ahead of Kanate. Soboslai takes a touch, goes back to Kanate, who goes back to Marmasvili. Takes a few touches, goes long, looking for Salah. I don't know how Salah was penalized there. I didn't see a foul from either player. I think referee made himself the official man there, the main character there. Rodrigo getting ready to come on. Goulet, Valverde, Housen. He skips Militao. Housen pushing through. Passes bobbled and cut out. Liverpool tried to quick fire return, but this is now time for Rodrigo to come onto the pitch. Coming on for Camavinga, who I said has been the weak link. Told you that. Again, Bryan, I got the crystal ball. I called the Camavinga weak link thing, and I said he's gonna be first to get hooked. Check it on my Twitter, on my X. I said Camavinga will be first to get hooked. He's been the weak link, and I called that Liverpool goal too. Just saying. Need your betting advice? You come talk to me. Goulet, Rodrigo. Rodrigo's pass intercepted by Liverpool. Verts, big tackle from Carreras on Salah. You know what's funny? Because Carreras doesn't look like a defender. He looks like a really nice guy, actually. That's what's funny. He looks like a really nice guy. So it's funny to see him defending. I don't know why. I don't know why. I know we had him at United. And so I've seen him in action before. It's just funny because he looks like a nice guy. Like he looks like a very like kind person. So I don't know. It's funny to see him defending and committing fouls and throwing himself into tackles. Real Madrid trying to figure out a way through Liverpool's defensive shell here. Rodrigo tried a quick pass to Mbappe that was blocked by Andy Robertson. Ekitike looking for an option. Trent Alexander-Arnold is warming up. It'll be interesting to hear the reception once he comes on the pitch. Kanate almost slipped on that back pass there. Goes long, looking for Salah. Salah versus Carreras. Carreras back to Courtois. Courtois takes a touch, goes long down the right hand side, looking for Rodrigo. Rodrigo can't bring it down. Van Dijk's on the ball. Andy Robertson, touch forward. Mischallenge from Goulet. Housen, poor touch. Ekitike, side of the box, into the box. Ekitike versus Militao. Ekitike recycles it to McAllister. Gravenberg. McAllister. McAllister back to Van Dijk. It looks pretty windy right at the moment. I can see the number on Van Dijk's back blowing in the wind. Van Dijk to Kanate. Kanate to Marshvili goes long. Valverde brings it down. Bellingham, Goulet, Rodrigo, Valverde, Militao, Howson. Nice little touch from Goulet. Mbappe, Vinny with the overlap into the box, far post, and cleared. Cleared by Andy Robertson, but not quite out of danger yet. Howson and passes it. Howson passes it right out of bounds. Hmm. Hmm. So if you're Real Madrid, what other changes do you make? Rodrigo has come on for Camavinga. Who do you put on? Because the thing is, if you look at the benches, right? If you look at the benches, Liverpool's bench looks a lot stronger. Liverpool will have Gomez, Endo, Kirkes, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, um, and Gumoa, and that's basically who they have um, on their bench. Sorry, my stream did something weird. I think my app glitched for a second. Give me a second to get back into the match. But while it's loading, Real Madrid, they have Endrick, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Garcia, Asensio, um, Ceballos, another Garcia, Fran Garcia, uh, Bryan Diaz, Ferland Mendy. So I think my call is that Liverpool is going to see this out, especially as they go to their benches. Mbappe, shot blocked by Gravenberch. Carreras, Vinny Jr., Mbappe, turned it wide. Mbappe turned it wide. He had a chance, turned it wide. Tough chance though. Tough chance. So this is a goal kick for Liverpool coming up. 76th minute. Norris really goes long. Rodrigo, Howson, Valverde. Valverde tries to play the ball inside the Goulet, but that's blocked by Verts. Looks like Curtis Jones is getting ready to come on, getting his last minute instructions. Militao, Valverde, Howson, Howson out to Carreras. Real Madrid can't quite find a way through. It's a bad touch from Rodrigo there. Robertson, through pass, looking for Salah. Carreras with a brave tackle to break that up for a throw in to Liverpool. I think Salah a year ago would have gotten to that ball first. Andy Robertson over to take the throw. Giveaway. Goulet. Too hard of a pass from, I think that was Bellingham or Mbappe. Gakpo and Curtis Jones about to come on. This is what I mean, though. Like, Liverpool's bench is a lot stronger, in my opinion, than Real Madrid's bench. Curtis Jones coming on from McAllister. And I think Vert's coming off for Gakpo. But let's see. Yeah, McAllister's off. Yep. McAllister and Ekatike are coming off. All right. So Jones and Gakpo on. McAllister, Ekatike off. So I think they're basically going in the same spots. Like, I think Gakpo's going into where Ekatike was. And I think Jones is going in for where McAllister was. Seems like a like for like swap. Oh, he's offsides. So I was trying to find that pass through, couldn't quite find it. Real Madrid had the ball. Carreras deals down line. Kanate is there to stop it. Kanate errant pass. Van Dyke sorts it out. Gakpo, not quite. Militao, ball was bouncing around quite a bit there. Militao, Trent Alexander-Arnold is putting on his Real Madrid shirt. He's about to come on for the last 10 minutes or so. Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe got around Bradley, got the cross in, headed away by Curtis Jones, out for a corner kick for Real Madrid. Liverpool fans, I think, are letting Trent Alexander-Arnold hear it right now. Rodrigo, Valverde, booze, booze, booze from Liverpool supporters for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Booze, which I think is terrible. Like the guy gave a lot of his life to Liverpool fans. This just shows their lack of class, right? To be honest. Arda Güler's coming off. Trent Alexander-Arnold's on for Real Madrid at Anfield. Real Madrid fans booing. Honestly, I think again, classless, classless, classless. Right? The guy went on, moved on. He gave you a lot of years of his life. That just shows you, you know, Liverpool fans' mentality, right? Ball's out of play at the moment. They're singing Steven Gerrard's name to tease Trent because Gerrard stayed. Rodrigo out to Trent. Booze rain down. Militao, Housen, the Carreras, underlap. Vinny back to Housen. Chuamini, Housen looking for Militao. Goal kick. Goal kick. Wow. I thought it was a corner kick for Real Madrid. 84th minute. 84th minute. It is funny seeing Trent like out here in this Madrid uniform in Anfield. It's a bit strange. So it's like, ooh, that's cut out by Militao. Militao plays Trent. Trent goes down line, looking for Rodrigo. Can't get there. Van Dyke to Marshville takes a dangerous pass but makes it. Van Dyke goes tries to go up the pitch. That's cut out by Bellingham. Gakpo comes down with it somehow. Salah. Salah slips away. You know, it's funny, like, I've almost forgotten about Salah out here. Salah still. Whew, almost a goal for Liverpool. Almost a goal. Salah almost came back to life because he's been asleep out there on that wing a little bit. Rodrigo into the box. Vinny let it go. No one was there. Militao across the halfway line to Chuamini. Liverpool have all 10 men back, or all 11 men back, sorry. Vinny Jr. takes a bad touch, can't quite get around Connor Bradley, looking for a foul. I don't know why. 86th minute has just begun. Liverpool fans are charged up. Anfield is rocking. I can hear it in my headphones here. Um, yeah. Wow. Clash of the Titans. Oh, look at that. Chiesa's going to come on. Chiesa, the forgotten man who like never plays. He's coming on. Courtois rolls it out to Housen. Chouamini pushes forward. Chouamini hits the turf. Turns it over. Salah. Salah slips away from Carreras into the box. Gakpo, point blank save by Courtois. My goodness. My goodness, Courtois. Here comes Real Madrid. I'm like speechless from Courtois right now. Rodrigo gives it away. Here comes Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones. Konate. The ball is pinging around quite a bit now. It's hard to even like call the match at the moment. It's just like off someone's foot, off another person's foot. That chance that Salah created was great though. Gakpo was there. Courtois just, apart from the one goal, I mean, he's just been outstanding. Outstanding. Robertson's coming off the pitch. Robertson off, Kirkez on, Verts off, and Chiesa's on. So Verts and Robertson off for Liverpool. Chiesa, Kirkez on for Liverpool. 88th minute coming to a close. Kirkez already caught by a challenge and down. That was his first bit of action there. Chouamini went through it and caught Kirkez. Kirkez still down. Kirkez just on the pitch and down. Physio's coming on for Kirkez, who just came on the pitch. Brahim Diaz on for Valverde. 80 or 90th minute now. Kirkez is still down. That really sucks. So Kirkez just came on the pitch. His first involvement was to go in there and get hurt. Kirkez is going to try and run it off. Five minutes of stoppage time. Vinny Jr. Corner kick. Real Madrid. I'm going to eat my last cracker here. In case you're wondering, yes, I did sit here and eat a whole pack of crackers. I did. You watched it. I did do it. Yes. Ball in. Headed clear by Konate. Mbappe. Beat Soboslai. Dribbles out of bounds. Goal kick. Liverpool. 5 minutes of stoppage time. We are a minute and a half into it. Mbappe grimacing because he ran the ball out of bounds just now. In the Bayern Munich game, it is now 2 goals to 1. Vinny Jr. Liverpool throw in. Oh, that should be a Real Madrid throw in. That was off of Salah. Rutro referee. Ball's kind of bouncing around now. You know how games finish. Sometimes the ball's just kind of like up in the air everywhere. Kanate marching forward. Carreras. Brahim Diaz. Kanate. Kanate dribbling like a midfielder. Kanate's got some feet, man. Here comes Gakpo. Oh, Gakpo tried to play Kaiser 3. That was smart. That was a good idea. Didn't quite come off. Bellingham out to Trent Alexander Arnold. Over to Rodrigo. Rodrigo back to Trent. Ball in. No one's there. Hmm. Last minute of stoppage time. A couple of keepy uppies from Chiesa there. Chiesa's fouled by Carreras. Like 30 seconds left of the match. Xabi Alonso gets a yellow card for his protestations. The last few seconds of the game, Liverpool try to dump it to the corner. Howson clears. That's game. Liverpool 1, Real Madrid 0. McAllister's blazing, blistering header is the decisive and only goal between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Heck of a match. Heck of a match. Like again, if you didn't watch it and you just followed along here for any bit of time, or if you're watching, or if you listen to this later for whatever reason, I urge you to um try and find a way to watch some of this game because it was insane. Really good game, start to finish. 15 shots in favor of Liverpool, 7 for Real Madrid. 10 shots on target for Liverpool, 2 for Real Madrid. 57% possession in favor of Real Madrid. 91% pass accuracy for Real Madrid. 85% pass accuracy for Liverpool. Um, 13, 14 fouls, so call it even. 4 corners, Liverpool, 2 for Madrid. 4 yellow cards for Madrid, 1 for Liverpool. So what I thought would happen happened. I thought that okay, Real Madrid. I mean, can you call this a slight lull for Real Madrid, a slight dip for Real Madrid? In terms of the European stage, maybe you could call it that, right? Um, Real Madrid, they don't have the bench that Liverpool have, right? We'll start there. So as the game wore on, you always knew that Liverpool was going to gain an ever increasing advantage, given the bench strength. But even starting 11, you know, it wasn't like there was some golf in class or anything like that. And one of the biggest things, one of the biggest attributes that the Premier League has over teams that are non-Premier League teams is speed. And so, and the reason I'm looking this way is because I'm watching these dying moments of the PSG Bayern match. Bayern are down to 10 men, and scores 2-1 in favor of Bayern. So the thing is that Liverpool were just too fast and physical for Real Madrid. Your players like Vinny, who are fast in Spain, have more time on the ball. There's not someone closing down over their shoulder as often. They come to England, come to Liverpool to play, and you've got two different guys breathing down your neck, right? Changes how you play, changes everything about the game. And so I really think that was a deciding factor, to be honest. It's just that Liverpool, they had a stronger bench and they were just too fast and physical for Real Madrid. I feel like Real Madrid are just kind of used to teams almost sitting off of them and allowing them to have their way. And Liverpool was like, no, not here. Um, and that's really the long and short of it. Again, if you didn't see the game, you missed a treat. It was a beautiful game. Like I said, if you got any friends who are on the fence about watching football, show them this match because it was everything. Um, Camavinga was a weak link tonight for Real Madrid. He was first to get hooked. I predicted that one. Um, my man of the match, you probably could argue McAllister because he got the goal. But then, I mean, honestly, Courtois was so damn good in that goal for Real Madrid that, I mean, like, even though they lost, he almost gets man of the match in my book, just about, because he was so good in net. He kept Madrid in it. Honestly, it could have been 3-0 Liverpool if it wasn't for Courtois. So if I had to give it to a player on each team, it'd probably be actually, you know what? McAllister got the goal, but Soboslai was running. He was running things though. Soboslai was running things. I'd almost give it to Soboslai. I'd give it to Soboslai for Liverpool. If I had to give it to someone for Real Madrid, it would be Courtois. So Soboslai and Courtois are my players of the match for both teams. Overall, you could argue either one. Um, so yeah, those are my thoughts on that game. Well, let me know. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you were new. I'm going to get out of here and finish watching the last minute and a half of this PSG Bayern game. But I appreciate you spending time with me. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.